Welcome to race 8 of the MIRD. We are back on a track that isn't round. We are at Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm gonna go with Watkins. We have an unfamiliar face in the lead. Godfall in first of the grid. Mecha Spider in second. Then we have Midsummer on third and Jess Cranston fourth. Third lane. Brian Henderson next to Scott Matthews. This is Peter Pingelman again next to Jeff Kick, and the top 10 are rounded out by The Avenger and also Noah Neola. The teammates, the Auge Heel teammates right next to each other, Kamek McDesu and Raven Cornwell. It's pretty cool with like the sponsor, how it like, it's the same. It's pretty cool. Anyway, Alana Bodell next to Jess, the last name. Wilfried Schrock, the winner of last race, next to the loser of last race, Cheryl Meadow. What the fuck? Yeah, we always doing 2 races a night. Cheryl Meadow next to Wilfried Schrock. Cheryl Meadow, of course, going out in the last lap with an issue with her header, whatever that is. I think head gasket. Super Bingle next to Afolabi Abara. Speedy McZoom, of course, doing it pretty good as well. Last race in third, next to Chiquita Milko, also had a pretty good showing. Then we have the usual backbenchers, Vences Flowerchild, Jane Sen, and last we have Fast Boy. We had a bit of, I don't know if this is just the track or if anything actually happened in front, but it doesn't look like it. Whoops! Yeah, people are where behind the pace car. It almost looks like a like a traffic jam in the city right now. Cars very close to each other, very slowly, driving through the track. On their first lap, everybody, of course, kind of seeing how it works to not go left all the time. We are going onto the cockpit of Fast Boy, starting from last. Of course, one of the top cars in the table right now, second, right behind the Vences Flowerchild, which is basically the car you need to take out if you actually want to have a chance at winning anymore at this stage. So yeah, one really bad showing by Vences Flowerchild would really make this much more interesting. So let's see how this race will turn out. We should probably, I believe, we are going to hit the start stop at the start finish line pretty quickly. Here we have a bit of a chicane, which is probably going to be interesting. We have a right turn followed by left, pretty long left turn. This is still a pretty fast track. Infineon, the other track we had that wasn't round, was definitely much more technical than this. This seems to be still a pretty fast track, so hopefully this is gonna be pretty exciting. We had a crash on Infineon last time, which was caused by cars on the re-entry from the pit lane, which were basically just chilling in the pit, so that's why they came out really late and just caused chaos. Which wasn't too bad at the end, luckily, but it was still a bit calamity. I'm sorry. Oh fuck, I need to work tomorrow. I don't want. Let's pour one out for the fellas again, because people like it when I pour things in my cup. Hell yeah. Yeah, okay, I know this track now. Now we have the pretty last, very long left turn here. There's a really big sand pit if someone decides to turn right instead. Then we have, yeah, there comes the last right turn before the starting line. Oh wait, I'm back and didn't start in last. This is new. I think you're up there. You're in 17th. Not much better than last, but no, wait, it's 21st, 19th. Yeah, so now we're hitting the start finish line. Pace car dropped into the pits. Now we're going live. Green flags are out. Fast boy. I don't think much happened so far. Don't really see anything too exciting yet. Fast boy is still in last. Jane Sen taking Vence's flower child. Let's stay on board with Speedwing Zoom Zoom right now, staying a bit in the middle of the pack right now. Jane Sen making a move, make a $1 million move. Taking Bingle as well. Moonfish Rock last race leader, getting a bit of a love tap there by Jane Sen, but both seem to be unscathed. Maybe a bit of a dent in the paint. Jeez, I'm so bad with words. Let's see how the lead looks. Vincent Meadow, Scott Matthews up there in 5th right now. Vincent Meadow in 4th. Godful losing their lead. I believe they were in 1st. Yeah. So now we have Jess Cranston again at 2nd. So they're doing pretty well again. It's 2 races in a row. Mecha Spider taking the lead. From starting 1st, I think actually the left side was starting first. So yeah, that was the inside basically because the first turn was a right turn. Mecha Spider first in front of Jess Cranston, Godful, who started in 2nd, now in 3rd. Scott Matthews, Jaffa Cake, Noah Neola, Vincent Murdo in, I believe it's 6th now. Raven Cornwell moving maybe past the 62 car, 59 against 62 right now. Gibbo, Brian Henderson right behind it. Yeah, that's an overtake. Oh, that's a bit of a tap there, but I don't think anything. So that chicane definitely prone for something to happen at some point. But so far, just a few love taps, but nothing too bad. Luckily, no disaster yet. Yeah. I believe that Speedy McSuzum in last now. Yeah, seems to be. Fast Boy was able to take them. Vance Flowchart as well. And we again have a race which is dominated by Mecha Spider in the beginning at least, and Jess Cranston in 2nd. They are getting quite a lead in front of their peers. Quadful still keeping 3rd. Scott Matthews also a car that really needs the points right now in 4th. I'm sorry. Jeff Cake in 5th. Noah Neola in 6th. Raven Cornwell 7th. 2 races pretty well so far. As long as they actually hold that. Vincent Miller might be taking Brian Henderson again. Oh, that's a bit of a tap again. I'm telling you, this corner, that chicane is definitely going to cause disaster at some point. Vincent Miller is now in 8th. Overtook Brian Henderson. 10th we have Joseph Peter Pinkelman for Augury Heel. Again, a fairly strong showing, so let's hope they can keep it on. Last race, of course, was pretty good as well for them. Sharon Meadow in 11th. Hope they don't have failure again. Avenger in 12th. Just the last name 13th. And Jane Sen in 14th. So not too great for them. The last race as well. So hope they don't lose too much ground onto the leader. But Aventus Flauchal, that's not Aventus Flauchal. That is Alana Budel. Next to Chiquita Milka and Afobara Alabi. And Windfish Rock also not doing too hot despite winning last race. Kabarak Desu in 20th. 21st, Speedy McZoom Zoom, Fast Boy, and Aventus Flauchal in last and second to last. And the both cars that have been in the lead, under the lead table so far, both just in the back right now. So this could definitely change up things if this keeps up, if this stays like this. But usually Flauchal takes quite a few positions on the first pit stop or just in the race. Let's see if this stays true again. Mecha Spider still in first, getting a bit cuddly together with Jess Cranston actually. Cranston might be able to catch up a bit, but Mega Spider right now pretty dominant, pretty in the lead. Fifth lap, leading since start. Got full in third. Scott Matthews in fourth. Jeff Kick in sixth. Wait, no, fifth. No Neola, Raven Control, nothing really changed. Vincent Mid on eighth. Lambert in ninth, and Brian. Why do I want to say Groffel or Bingo or Gibbo? That's Brian Henderson in 10th. Let's see how the chicane does, because now we have like a 5-car snake here moving in. Doesn't seem to be happening much this time. Pretty safe passing this time. Also in the back. Nothing happening. Let's see if we can keep it this way, or if there's gonna be a caution. We didn't have one this weekend so far, so I think it's gonna be time for a new one, for one again. I don't think we had much of a caution last stream, did we? I don't think so. On the 5th and 6th race, the setting we changed that should have forced more chaos isn't doing that. So that's cool. Oh, that's a pass there on Noah Neola on Jaffa Cake. I think that's probably going to be a pass on the outside there. Inside now. So that was pretty smart for position there. So they took the outside on the last corner to take the inside on this corner. Noah Neola now in 5th? I think 5th. Raven Corner also taking a position from Jaffa Cake. So they're losing quite a lot there. Losing 2 positions is gonna hurt quite a bit, but they are fairly safe if they don't have a string of very bad races. They're pretty safe in the playoffs, I'd say. Max Spell still in first, Jess Cranston, Godful, Scott Matthews, Nolan 5th, Raven Cobble down 6th, Jeff Kick down 7th, Vincent Meadow 8th, Pinkelman and Henderson, and last name in 11th. Pretty bang down the middle. That's always welcome. I believe we should have the first pit coming up any minute now. We are now joining lap 7. Halfway through, we are probably gonna have the first pits on lap 8 or 9, I believe, maybe on 10th. I'm not sure, but that's probably how things are gonna roll. Of course, if you are not aware, we have changed the pit the tire and petrol consumption a bit. So in the first 4 races, I believe, we had a ×4 consumption. Now we only have ×3, so we don't have that many pit stops anymore. But we should still have 1 pit stop per race. Yeah, this. Oh, we have a bit of a fight down there, but it seemed to be going well. Noah Neola and Raven Cornwell both taking Scott Matthews. Nola and Cornwell seem to be moving a bit in the pack. Cornwell definitely profiting from the slipstream Nola provides. Now up in 5th, Scott Matthews in 6th, Cake still in 7th. Vincent Meadow looks like they're keeping up the traffic a bit, but they are still in 8th. Peterman and Henderson, nothing really changed down here. Cake now taking Matthews for 6th. Cornwell doesn't seem to really be able to make a move onto the number 14 car of Nola. Godful. We have now a pretty close battle for first. Mecha Spider and Jazz Cranston right next to each other. Cranston now on the inside might be able to profit from that. We're now moving into the chicane. Hope they're not this daredevil attitude of both of them isn't gonna cost them. Doesn't seem to look like a Mecha Spider able to. That's looked like they were able to take the corner a bit better. Taking them on the outside now. Mecha Spider keeping the lead. It looks like, yep, that's a lead kept against Jazz Cranston. Godful in 3rd. Nola still in 4th. Cornwell 5th. Jeff Cake and Scott Matthews. I don't know why I sing that every now and then. We have a pretty close fight. That's a bit of a bump there. Vincent Meadow seemed to be holding up Pinkelman quite a bit. They are very close to each other every time I look at them. Vincent Meadow. Oh, and we have the first pit stop. That's pretty much all cars moving in. The Avenger staying out, Jane Sen staying out. Yeah, that's the only two cars that keep on going on. All the other cars decide to pit. Mecha Spider, of course, luckily also standing in the first lane. Yeah, so that's the pit lane. That's a pit cam. There we go. Jess Cranston and also Mecha Spider right in front of us, so we can definitely see them leave. Godful also right up our face here, so that's really handy for us to see who leaves first. Vincent Mid, of course, also car still in contention. Scott Matthews moved down a bit, but maybe they can make it up with a pretty good pit stop here. Correct, this is the last car to move into the pit crew. Jess Cranston leaving first in front of Mecha Spider, Nola, and Godful. Nola might be even taken to take the two. Cromwell, Cake, Pinkelman overtaking Murdo, as well as last name as well. Scott Matthews, Henderson, Binglepin. Yeah, that was definitely a really eventful pit stop there. Jess Cranston now in the lead. I believe Nola was able to take Mecha Spider. Should be third. Maybe Jane Sen and Avenger are able to take the positions, but right now this is what it looks like. Let's see how they do on the re-entry. We are gonna follow the current, probably after the pit stops as well, leader Jess Cranston. Maybe Jane Sen is able to take a lot of spaces with an amazing pit stop, but yeah, let's see. We are now in lap 9, so we are unlikely to see another pit stop. I'm back. Yeah, and you are also doing good in the race now, so that's cool. Jess Cranston now moving on to this start finish line. Should be, there's Jane Sen moving out just now, so that's not the Avenger also still in the pit, so that's no contender for the first place. So that's definitely Jess Cranston in first, Noah Neola in second, Mecha Spider third, Quadful keeping fourth, Jess Cranston, Raven Cornwell keeping fifth, Jaffa Cake in sixth, Just Pettingman in seventh, Just Attainment, just the last name, in eighth right now, Winston Meadow still keeping ninth. So despite not an ideal pit stop, still staying quite far up. Scott Matthews 10th, Brian Henderson, Jane Sen moving into 11th, right in front of Binglepin. So let's see how they both move through the chicane, because that's probably going to be pretty interesting. We are now hitting the chicane. Jane Sen sticking to line. Binglepin seeming to be a bit better on the inside, getting out pretty far, but still able to take Jane Sen. What a maneuver. That should put Binglepin in a position that isn't 14th. Chiquita Milka, the Avenger, moving in front of Windfish, Shrug, Fast Boy, Speedy McZoom, Ababa, Kavang Tesu, Cheryl Meadow, Alana Bordell, and I believe that's Flower Chart last. So that's definitely going to shake up the table a bit, at least letting everything move closer to each other now. If this is actually how it goes down, Cranston seeming to be destined to a victory here, right in front of Noah Niola. Mecha Spider third, Godful fourth, Raven Cornwall fifth. There is a lot of space between all these cars, so as long as there isn't any error by anyone, this is probably a top 5. Maybe some cars are able to catch up. Cornwell looks like he's catching on to Godful a bit. Jaffa Cake at 6th, Pinkelman and last name is 7th, 8th, Winston Meadow 9th, Scott Mavis in 10th. So this pit stop definitely led to people getting a bit separated. Oh, I'm speaking, and this is a pretty interesting fight. Binglepin, Super Pingle, actually very well able to take a few spots, very aggressive right now, contesting the 11th place of Brian Henderson, and again taking on the outside. No, not able to get enough power down, maybe on the straight now or on the next corner after the start finish line. I don't think so, but it's definitely a battle to watch. What we could watch right now. Chiquita Milka right behind him, and Jane Sen aren't too close. So we'll see how this battle unfolds between the number I shouldn't say the number 45 and 88. Super Bingle and 45, 88 of Brian Henderson. Both cars definitely in desperate need of points. Bingle now on the outside, going pretty fast, pretty breaking late into the corner, into the chicane, easily taking Henderson. What a nice, pretty maneuver. That was lovely. Lovely job by Super Bingle. Chiquita Milka, Jane Sen, Winfish Rock, the Avenger in 16th. They were on 12th before, so not a great pit stop by them. Fast Boy in 17th. That's better than Flower Child, but definitely not enough to catch up much. But it's gonna shrink the gap a bit, I guess. Abara in 18th. Speedmax Zoom Zoom 19th. Characters in 20th. 21st, it's Sharon Miller. 22nd, it's Alain Bodell, so not a great race for Murdo Incorporated, except the leader, which is Vincent Murdo. He's doing quite fine. Yeah, and that's Flower Child in dead last right now. But yeah, Murdo Incorporated not having a great day right now. Second to last lap, Jess Cranston having Noah Neola right on his tail. I spoke too soon. We're definitely going to have a bit of a fight here for first, again, as we had before the pit stops. Mega Spider in third. Let's see if they can move in for last lap. Godful and Cornwell definitely getting a move on to Godful. Jeff K in sixth. Pinkelman seventh. Just the last name in eighth. Vincent Middle ninth. Scott Matthews in 10th. Binglepin, Super Bingle also trying to take 10th now. They have moved up 3 spots. They have taken so many cars left and right. Such a good race by them so far. Let's keep our camera onto the leading duel. We just saw the man with the white flag waving them to signalize we are in the last lap. We are in fact on the last lap. Jess Cranston in the lead. Noah Neola not that far behind right now. Max by the third still, but it doesn't look like they're able to really catch the leading pack. Now we have the chicane, and actually it looks like we moved through the race without anything bad happening in the chicane. That's pretty remarkable. Let's see if I spoke too soon or if anything in the back is going to happen. It's the middle still 9th, Scott Matthews. I believe this could be an interesting battle for the last few corners. Binglepin might be able to break into the top 10 now. It looks like they're a bit faster than Scott Matthews. Looks like it, but it could be wrong. They're not quite able to take the inside of Matthews there. So there's only one corner to go for them to take 10th. But I don't think it's going to happen. And that's a no. So we have our standings. Binglepin 11th. Not quite, despite a pretty good race, not able to break at the top 10. Scott Matthews taking the 10th spot behind Vincent Miller 9th. Just the last name in 8th. Pinkelman 7th. Jeff Kick 6th. Raven Cornwell actually being able to catch up to God quite a bit, but not enough. 5th for him. 4th it's Godful. Max by the 3rd. Noah Neola in 2nd. And Jazz Cranston in 1st. So, let's see what that means for the overall standings in a second. Just watch the leader turn into the pits to confirm that the race is in fact over. Let's see if anyone died. I haven't noticed again. Nope. Yeah, Flutter was behind quite a bit there. And they're moving into the pit lane, so now this is our podium. Jess Cranston, Noah Neola, and Maca Spider. Godful 4th, and Conrad 5th. Anyway, export. I'm going to remember to save. Race 8. Cool. I remember to save. I hope you're proud. It's not like that me not saving was a thing. That never, because I always save. Oh, whoops. Why is the exit button not working? Hello. Jeez, Lord. Anyway, let's hope the parser did the thing. He did. Holy shit. Wait, Mender died. What happened? You'll see the standings. Give me. Whoops. And the standings single race. Jazz Cranston won in front of Novaniola and Mecha Spider in third right now. So a double podium for the Yorkshire Dragons. Pretty interesting and exciting for them. Especially because they have been on the back foot quite a bit. Firebrand, Godfall in 4th, Raven Conwell 5th, Jeff Kick 6th, Joseph Peter Pingelman, that's the last name with the middle, Scott Matthews, Super Bingle in 11th, Yorkshire Dragons, Brian Henderson in 12th, the third one of the team. Most of the Dodgers doing pretty well in this race. Pontiac's marked with a P, most of them not doing too well. Oh my god. Why is everyone's internet dying? I think Macro Gaming also said that internet died a little earlier. Winfrey Schrock in 15th after his race win. Jane Sen in 14th. That might I mean it's gonna shrink the gap between him and Flowerchild, but it's not a lot. 14th, definitely moving a bit closer to everyone else, I believe, Jane Sen is. Avenger in 16th. Afolabi Abawa in 17th, Fastboy in 18th, Spinmix Zoom Zoom, Kawaii Desu, Cheryl Meadow, Alana Bodell, and Avensis Flowerchild in last. So that's 2 mid-owned incorporated cars in the back. Not too great for them. To the overall standings, we still have Flowerchild in first, but I think the gap melted by 11 points to Fastboy. Jameson definitely now closer to losing that third place to Speedy McSimson, who's only 8 points behind them. Still 2 cars of Team Papega in the top 3. Yorkshire Dragons, Jazz Cranston moving up quite a bit after a good 2 races. In 5th now for the Yorkshire Dragons. Noah Niola in 6th. I'm sorry how I'm pronouncing every time. Godfall in 7th. Best car for Firebrand right now. Raven Conwell still the best car for Argui Hill in front of Joseph Peter Bingerman, both moving up quite a bit in 8th and 9th. Jaffa Cake in 10th. Vincent Meadows still in 11th, so pretty safe probably for the cutoff. Brian Henderson 12th. Scott Matthews in 13th, Alana Bodell in 14th, Winfrey Schrock still in danger, still in pretty big danger, I'd say. Super Bingle now in 16th, bumping out Shakita Milka, who both are tied for 16th, and just the last name is 1 point behind. So this is really exciting. We basically have from 13th down to 18th, we have a really, really, really close battle for the top 16. So this is going to be exciting. Mecha Spider also pretty close, still with 1 or 2 good results. They can definitely make the jump up to 16th. Not too far behind, only 20 points. Afolabi Abara also not too far. Cheryl Meadow also not too far behind still, but definitely quite a climb. They definitely need some good results. They had 2 races in a row now that have been on the very back of the field. Race 9 and 10 definitely have to have something, or else a mid-owned corporate is going to lose 1 car. And I think right now, if this stays, then every team would lose 1 car, except for Team Papega, because Winfrey Schrock would right now make it, but that might change as well. And still on very dead last, I'm very sorry, the Avenger, 902 points. 18 cars right now in the 1,000 point club. All cars will probably break into it in the next race, so that's cool. It's good to see.